I'm Fize. Oh, Fize like a Reggie Fize me. Oh. Hey there, guys. Welcome to another episode of RobaFett. So yes, I'm back talking about Reggie Fils-Aimé, the Fizi, the Reggie, the man, the myth, the legend. And actually, it's not so good. I don't know what they've been smoking over there at Nintendo, but, well, here, just take a look at this.
So now you know your competitors talked about their forthcoming, the Xbox and a new PlayStation. How do you think the NX console will stack up to them?
You know, for us, it's not about specs, it's not about teraflops, it's not about the horsepower of a particular system. For us, it's about the content. Nintendo is a content-focused company. We create entertainment that makes people smile. So for us, we're focused on bringing our best entertainment to both the Wii U as well as the NX in the future. So for us, whatever Microsoft and Sony are doing in terms of talking about new systems, that's for them to fight out in that red ocean. For us, we want to make sure we're bringing our best content forward. And right now, the reaction to Zelda has been more than we could have ever imagined.
So, there it is. Now, the first thing I want to bring up before people start raging in the comments is that I'm not saying that the NX is not going to perform well, and I mean, we don't know what it's going to be. However, from him saying that, it does sort of lean towards that the NX is not going to be as powerful as a lot of people think it's going to be. He could just be saying that to be cautious, but if the past few years have taught us anything, it's that Nintendo hasn't learned their lesson yet, and they're just gonna keep making the same mistakes till it bites them in the butt. And the biggest thing that I have a problem with is this: what he says, it doesn't make sense. He's like, well, as far as Nintendo goes, we're worried about our content. Where Xbox and PS4, I mean, like, what is he trying to say? Is he trying to say that Xbox One and PS4 are not worried about their content? What does that even mean? That doesn't even make sense. Is he trying to, I mean, in order to have good content, you have to have a powerful system to display and play that content on, right? And is he basically saying that the NX isn't looking for any third-party support? Is that what that means? That they're more worried about Nintendo content? Or is he just saying content in the general sense? And what is he saying, that PS4 and Xbox One don't have good content? I mean, I don't know, but it seems to me like the PS4 and the Xbox One are selling out 1,000,000 to 1 in comparison to the Wii U. And he said something about like how they have their spec war. Look, I can talk all day about how what he said just makes zero sense at all. But at the end of the day, here's the truth. The NX, it needs to be able to have third-party support. I love Nintendo games, but could you imagine if back in the day the NES and Super NES, if their library consisted of just Nintendo titles? Would they be worth owning? I mean, seriously, think about it. I love the Nintendo 64. I love the Super Nintendo. I even love the GameCube. I love all the Nintendo systems. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the Wii. They had some good games. The Wii U, I really do think it would have been a really awesome system. I love the gamepad. I really do. It's not powerful enough. And the library, let's just be honest, what they're doing, and here's their mistake, is they're putting themselves once again as the secondary console. It's like, well, we hope that people will buy a PS4 and a Nintendo. We hope people will buy an Xbox One and a Nintendo. We hope people will have a PC and maybe a Nintendo. I mean, like, when you're putting yourself to be in second place, are you really, or even third place, are you really setting yourself up for success? When you're saying to yourself, we're going to make sure we have different content so people have a reason to buy our console, rather than make a kick-ass system that is going to be able to compete and make people think, maybe I don't need a PS4, maybe I don't need an Xbox One, maybe I'll just get a Nintendo. That's what they're missing, and I'm just so scared they're not going to figure it out. Literally, if you watch Reggie say that and you're not scared for Nintendo's future, you need to watch it again and again and again, because what he said there, I don't know if he realizes this, but he basically just made himself look like an idiot. And this is from a Reggie fan. This is from a fan of the man. Here's what blows my mind. He says, for us, it's not about the specs, it's not about the teraflops, referring to what Xbox is coming out with the Scorpio, the really like overpowered system they're coming out with, like that's gonna be, I mean, it won't be overpowered by the time it comes out, but it's gonna be, like, in today's terms, really powerful. And then he says it's about the content. Well, how are you going to have the content if you don't have the specs? They go hand in hand. Content, specs, content, specs. The content and the specs are pretty much the same thing. You need good specs to have good content. You could have an awesome game, but if the specs on it suck, nobody's gonna want to play it. And I swear to God, if Nintendo is making the same mistakes again, God help them. I don't understand. I don't understand. They're blowing my mind right now. I mean, yeah, Reggie, it is. It's about the teraflops, okay? It's about the hardware. It's not just about Mario and your new Zelda game, okay? What are you guys gonna do when the Zelda game and the Zelda hype is gone? I mean, like, it's never gone, but you know what I mean. Basically, when a game comes out, it's really hyped, everybody's buying it, and then it's like, when's the next game gonna come out? I don't care what game it is. I don't care how great the game is. There's the hype for the game, the initial release, the initial sales that you're gonna have from the game, and then you gotta have some more coming in. I mean, like, we could be way off base here. Reggie could just be pulling a Fizime on us. He could just be feezing us, okay? He could just be like, ho ho ho. But I mean, I don't think that that's the case. But I mean, like, literally, the NX could come out and shock us all. I'm not saying that that couldn't happen, okay? I don't want people to think, oh, well, he's just saying the NX is gonna suck. And I'm not saying that, okay? I really want the NX to be awesome. Am I gonna get an NX? You bet your big fat booty I'm getting an NX, okay? So don't even go there. But what I am saying is that if Nintendo doesn't knock it out of the park soon, they're not gonna be a park anymore. That's gonna be it for Nintendo. You know, I don't want to see Nintendo. They're not gonna go away per se. Their characters are too big, but I don't want to see them turn into like app gaming or like a section at Universal Studios. I don't want to see their chapter in. I want to keep having Nintendo consoles in my home. I want Nintendo to keep going. I want to be able to know that someday there's always going to be another Zelda game. Someday there's always going to be another Metroid. Someday I'm going to get to play Star Fox, a new one. Someday there's going to be an awesome Mario game that's going to come out. I want to know that that's going to happen. And I just can't believe they're not thinking about it. The reporter asked the perfect question. She said, Sony and Microsoft just released the specs on what's coming out with them. How do you think the NX is going to stack up against that? Did they really not think about that? Did they not really think about, I wonder how it's going to stack up. I wonder how we're going to do against the competition. Like I said, all they're thinking about is, let's be in second place. Let's make sure that we're going to sit on the shelf right next to an Xbox or a PS4. No, you need to replace the Xbox and PS4. You need people to choose you over. I mean, how many times has that been a success story? You know, how many times has like Pringles come out with a commercial and they're like, well, we know you love Lay's chips, but don't forget to buy ours right after you buy your Lay's. Like, we're coming out with secondary flavors that aren't quite as good, but they're gonna be different flavors. We're gonna make sure that the flavors of our new Pringle chips are so different that you're gonna have to buy them just to see what they taste like. Like, seriously, like, it's blowing my mind, their train of thought right now. This is all just from what Reggie said. Like I said, they could blow us out of the water, guys, and I really hope that they do. And I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think Reggie's Fizime-ing us? Do you think that this is going to be a problem? I don't know, guys. Just let me know in the comments below. It's very important that you comment. Also remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe. Like I always say, you don't have to, but if you did, it would really help me out. And as always, guys, stay awesome, keep those Punisher hats on, and I'll see you later.